What's going on, true believers? Welcome to another episode of One Shot. I am your host, Jacob, and this week, quality books for sure, but it was lighter. There's still some issues with Diamond due to the hack that had happened, but I did get most of my books. It was mostly the indie books that there were issues with. So I did get my Marvel and DC books. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with the more mediocre books and get a little bit into the better stuff. So start off with Batman 117. Still doing the Fear State stuff. I don't know. This storyline's just not hitting it for me. Honestly, 99% of DC's titles that come out anymore are just Batman. So maybe I'm burnt out on Batman. Well, at least I'm burnt out on Batman's bad stories. I think they're just burning through ideas and they just don't know where to go with it anymore. So, not really enjoying Batman. Another Batman title, Batman vs. Bigby. I thought this title was going to be better than it was, being a black label, but this one's turning into a flop for me as well. Batman is kind of dumb in this. He's got a army of Robins working for him in this. I don't know. I'm not really enjoying this one. This will probably be my last issue of it. Moon Knight, issue number 5. So, another Batman style character right here. But in this one, he's not exactly as rich as he used to be. There's a lot of in therapy session storytelling that happens in this book, which I guess is okay. It's kind of interesting to see a crazy superhero in therapy and to hear kind of how they take to the whole process. But this book, I know, what was it, issue 3, they revealed a new character, Hunter's Moon. And I guess they kind of just ditched the idea of him. And now in this book, they reveal a completely new bad character. If you don't want any kind of spoilers, I'll give you a couple seconds. The new bad guy is revealed at the end of the book. His name is Zodiac. He wears kind of a mask, kind of like his just regular, Moon Knight's white mask and suit. His stuff is like black. There was a group of enemies way back, I think in the 70s. They called themselves the Zodiac. So I don't know if that kind of ties in here at all. If he's just going by the group name or not. But they were villains of Moon Knight at one point, so there might be some type of tie-in, I don't know. But it looks like it's going to be good because it was somebody that Mr. Knight knew in his personal life. But now he realizes he didn't know him at all. It's building up to be a pretty decent villain. Hopefully stays that way. Kang the Conqueror number 4. Just this series has been about a Kang. We don't know which one exactly, but one of the many iterations of Kang, his entire history. Going from the Egypt to all over time. This Kang wanted to try to break the cycle be better. He didn't want to be a conqueror, but in trying to run away from being a conqueror, he winds up running to being the conqueror. So it's been a pretty decent series. Just learning the history of Kang, if you could ever learn that. Excuse me. The Amazing Spider-Man 78 Bay. That's Beyond. So this is a tie-in, which I didn't realize it was a tie-in when I was reading it, and I was like, man, there really is absolutely no Spider-Man in this book. But then I looked at the cover, I was like, oh, okay, this is a tie-in. So it was about Misty Knight, and I don't remember the other woman's name. But it starts out them kind of giving Spider-Man a danger room type experience where he's training in a not real world. Then they go out on a mission, and somehow they get trapped in that world themselves. It was okay. It was interesting, just a little in between thing. Not necessary to read, but it was decent. Dark Ages #3. This series has been really good. I've been really impressed with this. The story so far, the world kind of went through a technological apocalypse, so there's no technology that really works. They've had to go back to more primitive methods like steam powered things and whatnot, because electricity is not an option. But the last issue, Apocalypse, has been using Magneto to power something. He's kind of created a Faraday cage where he's able to run electricity, and he's been using the Purple Man to capture smart heroes and things to help him build something. And in this issue got really brutal. So spoilers coming up. Quicksilver, they send him out as a scout to investigate the Apocalypse compound, and he finds that his father is powering this place, and then Purple Man sends him back, and he winds up killing 2 people before Jean Grey takes him out of commission. But man, it was so brutal. This series has been really good. I'm super happy with it. Can't wait to see where this one goes. Nightwing 86. Still continuing in the Fear State area. Nightwing is in Gotham helping out. They're attacking the main base of all the Peacekeepers, which is this floating fortress thing. It was okay. The artwork was still pretty good. Not really reading any of the backup stories or anything in this, but I can't wait for Nightwing to get back into his own groove, get out of this Fear State business, which it looks like it's beginning to end right now. We do see who the Seer is in the end, but it's been an overall good series, Nightwing. I wound up picking up Death of Doctor Strange #2. I had missed out on it before, but I think I'm caught up now. Doctor Strange, we find out the second appearance of this Doctor Strange after his death is kind of if you're familiar with the Harry Potter series, he's kind of like a Horcrux. He took 1 week from his lifespan and hid it away in case of an emergency. So this Doctor Strange is a Doctor Strange from the past, before he became the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's just got a week to figure this out. That was a incredible idea story wise. So Doctor Strange is being his own detective in his own murder. This series has been really good. I'm happy that I picked it up, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Fantastic Four Anniversary Tribute. This has multiple issues. So it has the first Fantastic Four and the wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and the two issues from the past. But all of the artwork, like each page, is done by a different artist. It was really good. I wasn't really too familiar with the original Fantastic Four storylines, so it's kind of good to get caught up on that and to learn a little bit more. And the artwork was really good, really good. Multiple artists. And I know I didn't like the Blade one of Darkhold, but this one was not bad. It's still not as good as the which one was it? Oh, the Iron Man one. The Iron Man one's still my absolute favorite, but this one was really good. It's kind of like I don't want to say revenge, but it's kind of like an abused person turning on their abuser storyline. Girl power against the patriarchy type thing, but that didn't really bother me too much in this storyline. It wasn't too high up there, but I thought it was really good. It was all about, I think her name is Jan, the Wasp. She's been abused by the original Ant-Man turned Yellow Jacket, and I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. He's a really big Hank Pym. She's kind of been emotionally abused by him, and then eventually he kind of physically abuses her, and she just snaps. And I thought it was a really good storyline. It doesn't take it too far afterwards, but it wasn't that bad. It's still no Iron Man. The Iron Man one was the tops, but this one was pretty good, and I'm excited to see where I think SpiderMan's coming up soon. That'll be really interesting. And The Nice House on the Lake, issue 6. We're learning kind of what, I think his name is Walter, the guy that's imprisoned these people in this house, what he is, what his intentions are. We get a lot more past stuff of how he's been able to kind of control these people, and we're learning that maybe the world hasn't ended yet. It might just be currently an experiment to see how these people react to it and if they are the best of the best. But this, man, the stories that this guy tells, Tynion, there are pages of, just like, remember AOL Instant Messenger? There are just like pages of text from like a messenger in this book. He just like writes and writes and writes. More dialogue than anything. This guy, I know I've said it many times. He wants to write a book. He doesn't want to write a comic. But I'm glad he is writing comics because I get to enjoy his work in small doses. Even though he's not really doing that great with Batman. I think that's the only book I'm not really enjoying of his. But I went through the dollar bin and I just found a book. It's not the greatest of conditions. There are spine ticks and there's a few things wrong with it on the back. But for $1, this is the first appearance of Blue Hulk. That's what everybody says. I guess he gets Captain Universe powers. I'm not sure. but this is the first appearance of Blue Hulk. And I picked up The Web of Venom Good Son. Not too familiar with the storyline with this one, but I found it. It's a couple bucks. And for my mail call, I forget what issue this is, but this is one of my favorite artists right now, David Nakayama. And these are two of the same issues, but different covers. I'm not sure who the person on the cover of this is, but I mean, the book was cheap enough, and it's my favorite. I'm trying to collect these covers, but I do know who Dazzler is, and I thought that was pretty cool. All the white. It's hard to get a good white book these days. And one last thing, it was my birthday, so I picked up myself something special, something relatively expensive. I got the Volume 1 Omnibus of The Amazing SpiderMan. These are a little hard to find, especially for a good price. This one is in really good condition, and I paid a little bit of a premium on the original price, but it's going to be totally worth it to get all those original stories. Well, that is all I have for you today. If you could drop on down, leave me a comment, tell me what you're reading. If you like this video, leave me a like, share this video with people you know. I try to give my honest opinions on books and whatnot. Show off a little bit of what I picked up, maybe something you might want to read. But thanks for stopping by. Join us next week for another episode of One Shot. And as always, have a good day.